Hello everyone, welcome back to my review channel, and today I'm going to be doing a couple of more comic book reviews. I got the new issue of Savage Dragon, 189, issue 189, and the new Invincible, Invincible 104. Now, I'm going to start with Savage Dragon because this can get a little confusing. There's a lot that happened, but only because it's hard to explain when there's no... I wish Erik Larsen would put some editor's notes in his comic book sometimes. He occasionally does it, but this issue could have really used it because it was talking about stuff that was involved. I'm talking about first like 20 issues of Savage Dragon involved like a character or two. And it got really confusing because if you haven't read every issue you wouldn't know exactly when it happened or where. And I'm not about to go through my catalog of Savage Dragon to figure out which issue this specifically happened. But let's just start. Okay, Savage Dragon is in jail, obviously, because he went on trial, they found him guilty, and now he's just living out his days. Hopefully he's trying to get out of the death sentence. But right now it's not going too well. He's in jail. He gets prodded by one of the Church of Savage Dragon preacher leaders. And Savage Dragon's like, that was stupid to believe in me anyway. There's this guy who confronts Savage Dragon in jail, and he's the original guy that wore the Overlord suit of armor. And this guy comes in and just like prods Savage Dragon a little bit more. He's like, you're going to spend the rest of your days in there. Ha ha ha. I'm going to make sure I'm going to watch my old life, the rest of my old days, just watching you in jail. And Savage Dragon, Erik Larsen makes this in real time, his comic books, so every year is a real year of life for his characters. So now Savage Dragon is like easily in his 50s, and he has now like Erik Larsen draw him with the big gray beard and everything. I don't understand this. Because this issue made Savage Dragon look weak. And I've never known Savage Dragon to be ever this weak, even at this age. There's a lot of 50-year-olds that work out and are good for their age and still strong and mighty and still can do stuff. But Erik Larsen made Savage Dragon just weak in this issue. And I'll explain why. But again, there's a lot of stuff to talk about. There's another Savage Dragon baby. All of a sudden, like, I don't remember when this happened, but all of a sudden she's just here. Then there's this chick. God, it gets so confusing because there's this woman who's blonde hair, and Jennifer, who was literally in the first few issues of Savage Dragon, but she died. In like the very first few issues, but now she's here, and like. A couple people were wondering, why are you here? It's like her brother and stuff. Why are you here and why are you with Savage Dragon's kid? Well, then there's this other chick that jumps into the fray, and she busts into a wall. Her name's Battle Axe. Let me show you a page here real quick. She busts in, she's like, that's my kid. Battle Axe, now give me back my kid. And, there's Jennifer down there. She's like, oh my god. Well, Jennifer turns out to be a shapeshifter. So, and she immediately turned into, what was the She-Dragon for, like, the old issues. If you ever remember the old, like, first issues of Savage Dragon, the She-Dragon. Turns out that's not her original. It's two people morphed together to make a shapeshifter. I'm talking about confusing. I'd rather just try to skip that. Anyways, Battle Axe comes in, takes her baby away, kills one of them, and, like, the brother and some friend kills the other one since it wasn't actually a family. So they're all confused, and they're like, okay, the shapeshifter's dead, the two people that connected each other are dead now, they're imposters. I mean, this got confusing. I wish you'd put some editor's notes in here about when these characters last appeared and stuff. Now, okay, Malcolm Dragon's just walking around. Remember, he has a girlfriend. Not much is happening. He talked to Thunderhead, who is completely crippled after the fight with Claw. I mean, he is, like, no nerves below his neck or waist, so the doctors say he can't walk, but he's believing that he can one day. Dart, yeah, I think Dart's actually trying to be the head of the vicious circle now. I think that's what her plan is. You see, she's like slicing up the new head of the vicious circle, this guy, and slices up real quick. So I think that's what she's doing. There's this part immediately after that where Savage Dragon is basically getting his butt kicked by a bunch of jailmates. Because, Savage Dragon's in jail, you're going to kick his butt. And basically, they all just, come up and beat up on him. And honestly, the only thing that really would have hit home with this, he got raped. I mean, let's be honest here. If he's in jail and all these other guys want to kick his ass, he's going to get raped. But that doesn't happen. They just beat him up. If I was Erik Larsen, I would at least put a rape scene in there because it just seems more believable. If you want to tear down your character, if you want to make him really feel like your character he's weak, he's nothing, he's just nothing what he was before, that would have hit home. But it's just old comic book style, just like to beat him up, beat up the hero, and then puddle of his own blood, leave him in a puddle of his own blood. Anyways, that didn't happen. He just beat him up. Again, this issue just kept flipping back and forth, almost page by page. It's just like Malcolm, Baby Dragon, then it was like Savage Dragon, then back to the Baby Dragon, then back to jail, and then back to Battle Axe, and page by page it got so confusing. So now they're at Battle Axe actually got her baby, and Malcolm actually figured it out. Malcolm actually is trying to stop her. Malcolm accidentally kills her with his electricity blast right in front of the Baby Dragon. Now, this should be mentioned, the Baby Dragon is actually the alternate universe of, Dark Dragon's kid. Dark Dragon got his powers negated, and he wasn't like Savage Dragon. This was like an alternate universe. Again, issues ago. Again, no editor's note. But, again, at the very end of the issue, Savage Dragon's in jail, all beat up and stuff, and there's the guy in the original Overlord suit, and the guy's like, I'm going to watch you die in there. What does he say exactly? I want you to get one thing through your thick skull, and basically Savage Dragon says the same thing, and you see that tooth in his mouth? He spits the tooth through his head, and kills him. That's the end of this issue. So Savage Dragon's in jail and got his ass whooped, but he's able to kill that original dude. And that dude, he was able to kill that dude by spitting a tooth through his skull. Really cool, but God, this issue is confusing with no editor's notes. It's still a good issue. It's still a great issue of Savage Dragon. It's hard to read if you don't know the full back catalog of Savage Dragon. And I think that's a down point. Now, let's go. Invincible. Let's try to get through this. 104. A little bit easier. Invincible 104. Angstrom LeVay. He's back. He immediately sent our Invincible to an alternate world where he sent a bunch of other Invincibles back a while ago. Now, all these other Invincibles, when he left this here, there was 6 of them still alive, 5 or 6. And Invincible gets to this universe, he literally sees one dude eating on a bunch of other Invincibles. He finds one dude just eating on a bunch of others. They immediately start fighting, and it becomes apparent, which is really cool. That I'm glad they wrote this. That even though they've all been starving to death, they have not lost any strength. So even though they have no food and no water on this planet, they have not lost any strength at all. So that's really cool. I mean, to be super strong and never able to lose strength just because of dehydration or malnutrition. That's awesome. So they start fighting, and immediately someone else shows up, another Invincible. So one Invincible is trying to eat everybody, another one is actually trying to escape that dude from being eaten by him. And now, so our Invincible, Mark Grayson, and one alternate universe is trying to team up against this one other Invincible who's actually trying to eat everybody. They team up, beat him up, and kill him real quick, and it's there you go. Meanwhile, back in our universe, Invincible universe, Angstrom LeVay has Adam Eve kidnapped, not really kidnapped, but he's in this house, and she can't do anything because she fused her powers. It could hurt the baby. Angstrom LeVay deduces this, and he's like, I'm going to kill you in front of Invincible. Meanwhile, again, they're like in this universe fighting Invincible and other Invincibles, and Adam and Eve goes on to this spill about how Angstrom actually killed her ex-boyfriend back in the day. It was Rex Explode, and again, early issues of Invincible. But there's a freaking editor's note in this. Thank you, Robert Kirkman. Or whoever wrote the editor's note, thank you. So she goes on this spiel about how Angstrom killed her ex-boyfriend, but she doesn't go on a rampage trying to like get revenge on Angstrom LeVay. She tried to go with the rest of her life and try to get over it and try to like move on. Well, this actually moves Angstrom LeVay. This actually moves him a little bit. He's like, oh my god, you're right. So he immediately brings back Invincible from this planet, and he's like, hey, I messed up. I see that I've wronged you now. I'm willing to take any consequence, any justice you want to hand out so I can get back to what I was originally trying to do and be a good person by doing it. Now, Invincible was like, for a second, he's like, okay. But when Angstrom opened this portal to bring our Invincible back, the other Invincible that they teamed up with came through himself and pretty much he ripped Angstrom out of that universe and brought him back to his universe, the evil Invincible. So now our Invincible goes to Rex Robot, and he's like, "You've got to find Angstrom LeVay for me." And Rex mentions to him that last time he did this was like, again, issues ago. Again, editor's note, I love it. That his counterpart, Rex Explode, had to find our Invincible in that other world, but it took him like 15 years. So it was like future counterparts to find a present-day Invincible in this other world. So now our Invincible is like, hey, Rex Robot, I need your help to get this. He's like, it took my counterpart 15 years. And Invincible's like, he's still out there. I have to find him. This I don't understand because right now Invincible is more of an anti-hero than a straight-up good guy, ultimate good guy. So I don't understand, like, the ultimate good guy. This is what the ultimate good guy would do. He was like, he's trying to find Angstrom LeVay because he knows he's trying to be a good guy. But really, with what Invincible's done with his last few issues, it doesn't seem like it should be too important for him. Like, that should not be too high on the list of what Invincible needs to do. I'm just saying. Invincible right now is seeming to be more of an ultimate anti-hero than an ultimate good guy hero. So, I mean, it's just the way it's written and the way I see it. But anyways, that's about it. I mean, like I said, I'll show you the quick part of when Angstrom gets pulled into another universe by the other Invincible. Yeah. Like, there we go. Angstrom, there's the other Invincible. He's like, no, don't pull me into your universe. But again, they're together. At least they're back together. So now. But there you go. There's that. Invincible. Not bad, but again, this is just a story. This is just going to be a story to push it along into another main event here in like, I know, probably another year or two until a good main event happens. But I can't wait to see what happens next issue. See how long it takes for him to actually find Angstrom LeVay and then bring him back, because who knows what LeVay's going to do when he gets back again. Who knows what he's going to believe in. But anyways, it's pretty good stuff. I liked it. Sorry the video was so long. It was mostly Savage Dragon. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your time. Everybody out there have a great day. Bye.